Welcome. I'm Lonnie Robesar, the Executive Director of the Bay Area Creative Foundation, and I'm excited to welcome you to the Creative Youth Celebration. Thank you for being with us. Our award ceremony will begin shortly at 4 o'clock, but first I wanted to say a quick hello and orient you to our beautiful venue. We're so lucky to be in the beautiful St. Joseph's Art Society for a second year in celebration of the 2024 Creative Youth Awards. St. Joe's rotates artwork and site-specific installations from renowned artists on a regular basis. Last year, the church was decorated with the fun California Funk, ceramics and paintings by Annie Duncan. And this year, we're lucky to count Annie as one of our review panelists in visual art. Thank you, Annie. Currently on display to enjoy and to inspire our photo students is photography from the accomplished Julian Lennon, son of renowned John Lennon. In your event program, which I hope you all picked up at the name tag station, is an important map to orient you around the space. And I'll help guide you through a couple things here too. On the first floor, you'll notice that each one of these alcoves is dedicated to one of the 7 CYA categories: creative writing, dance, film, music performance, original music, photography, and visual art. Please visit each one of the rooms because there's a different hands-on experience in each one of them. Also, over here to my right, don't miss our confessional listening experience, playing Presidential Awardee Francis Park's music composition, Climb, Symphony No. 1, Sky, Movement 1. And on display screen over here, you'll see some rotating pieces by our visual art awardees. And upstairs, to the back of me, you'll go to our screening room, showcasing all awarded film submissions. Also upstairs, you'll see our gallery of presidential photography and visual works. And if you haven't found it already, there's a photo booth on the other side for you guys to ham it up in. So please go upstairs and enjoy yourselves. We also hope that you'll take the opportunity today to meet your fellow artists. At the door, you were given packets of artist cards. These were created so you can easily write and share your contact information as you meet your fellow Bay Area creative artists. Our main stage celebration will start in about 30 minutes, so please enjoy some food, have some drinks, and wander this beautiful space before you'll want to find a seat around 4 o'clock. The ceremony will end at 5, so you'll also have time to enjoy the space after then, and I'll see you back on stage shortly. Thank you. Well, good afternoon. As I mentioned before, I'm Lonnie Robesar, and I'm the Executive Director of the Bay Area Creative Foundation. It is my pleasure to be with you today at the 2024 Creative Youth Celebration in honor of the Creative Youth Awards. Thank you for being here. The celebration is an opportunity for us to gather as a community to recognize and support the artistry and achievements of CYA artists. The event also allows talented young creatives, such as yourself, who work in a range of different artistic disciplines and who live throughout the 9 Bay Area counties to meet one another in person. In this beautiful venue today, we have with us artists and awardees from this and previous CYA years, guardians, parents, and family members, educators, our 2024 review panelists who juried the Creative Youth Awards, and other supporters of Bay Area arts and youth. I welcome and thank you all for coming. On stage today, you'll enjoy wonderful music and dance performances from CYA awardees, hear from our founder, Dr. Emil Kakis, and help us congratulate the 11 Presidential and Creative Artist awardees. Also this year, we have an exciting first for the celebration. Today you'll be treated to words of inspiration by our keynote speaker, the acclaimed choreographer, Mr. Alonzo King. As the BACF continues to expand its mission and impact, it's important for the foundation to offer our young artist community opportunities to hear from leading creatives, providing them with advice and encouragement for their artistic journeys. We hope that in connecting young, emerging creatives with established professionals, such as Mr. King and our esteemed review panel, we are cultivating a circular artistic ecosystem here in the Bay Area. Speaking of our mission, let me tell you a little bit more about what drives us. The Bay Area Creative Foundation celebrates, cultivates, and inspires creativity in youth and young adults. We believe in fostering a society that embodies creative spirit, art, and innovation. The foundation seeks to encourage and support young artists by providing awards programs that honor and showcase their creative practice. Flipping page. It is our belief that promoting creative exploration and thinking adds value and enrichment to people's lives, and when fostered at a young age, helps teens develop an important sense of self-worth, pride, and empowerment in themselves and their ideas. While we of course hope that this leads to a lifetime of artistic pursuits, more deeply, we wish for our students to be emboldened in crafting new and innovative ideas. Many such ideas will be needed in the future to help combat climate change, to increase health and wellness, and improve social connections in the age of social media. All are issues that need good solutions and impassioned citizens to create them and see them through. Investing in arts practice now can have a wide array of personal and societal benefits. 2024 marks our 4th year of offering the BACF's core program, the Creative Youth Awards. The CYA is an arts recognition program open to all high school students across all 9 Bay Area counties. It's free to enter and provides the opportunities to submit a creative entry in one of 7 different artistic disciplines: creative writing, dance, film, music performance, original music, photography, and visual art. This year's 2024 CYA received 1,870 submissions, and the Bay Area Creative Foundation gifted $109,000 in cash awards to 592 students. That raises the BACF's total current contributions to students to $288,000. In addition to awards, all submissions are hosted in our 2024 online creative gallery, which now houses almost 5,000 pieces of art. Lastly, to help all our creatives in their continued learning, we've had a wonderful ongoing sponsor with Masterclass, who has donated free year-long memberships to their online learning platform to all 1,870 students who entered the Creative Youth Awards. Thank you to Masterclass. Another meaningful milestone to note this 4th year of the awards, 2024 marks our first graduating CYA class. Since our launch in 2021, we've had a dedicated group of students who have submitted work to us every year of their high school career, freshman through senior year. Some have even received a CYA award all 4 years. We greatly appreciate that these students have returned to us year after year, and we hope that our support and enthusiasm for their creative pursuits have encouraged them to continue to experiment with new works. Please give a round of applause for our inaugural graduating class and all 2024 Creative Youth Awards students. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Kirsten Bach, our program director, to tell you more about the CYA program and our arts review process. Kirsten?
Thank you, Lonnie. Great summary of so much that we do. I am the program manager of the Bay Area Creative Foundation, as Lonnie mentioned, and it is so exciting to support the initiatives that she shared with you, spoke to you about today. I get the privilege of helping to support in a very direct way the amazing youth creativity that we celebrate today. We awarded more than $109,000 this year directly to students in our awards program through the 5 tiers of awards that I'll describe to you a little bit today. The special students, special awards, we had 337 of those received $100. Exceptional awards at $200, we had 192 students receive those awards. Superior awards at $500, we had 52 students receive those awards. And this year, we had 9 students who were given presidential awards and 2 additional students receiving Creative Artist Awards, and those awardees receive $1,000 each. So how do we determine these awards? We've developed a comprehensive and equitable review process that takes place over the course of 4 months after the submissions close. The first review is by panels made of creative industry professionals specializing in each discipline who score the work in blind review. Panelists are a mix of practicing artists, educators, arts administrators, academics, writers, and filmmakers. Multiple panelists review and score each submission, as we fervently believe that student creative effort is deserving of thoughtful, serious review. Top scored submissions go on to receive written feedback by a second round of review panelists who are also accomplished and well-respected professionals in each discipline. Our presidential awards are given at the discretion of our founder, Dr. Emil Kakis, who spends hours reviewing and watching submissions to determine each year's presidential standout artists. The presidential awardee artwork reflects excellence in original ideas, artistic achievement, and creative synthesis. The Creative Artist Awards are determined by BACF, Executive Director, and staff, who award works that show unique experimentation and risk-taking, reflecting the spirit of adventurous creative pursuit. And this year, we had 38 hardworking, outstanding panelists who reviewed the 1,800 submissions we mentioned to help determine our awardees. You can read more about our panelists on the panelist posters that are in each alcove. Thank you dearly to our dedicated review panelists for taking the time from your busy lives to thoughtfully review these student submissions. Many panelists are here this afternoon, so let's take a minute to give them a round of applause to acknowledge their work. Thank you, panelists. Okay, so we'll head into our performance part of today's program. We have 3 fantastic performances by awardees to share on stage with you today. And what I would like to point out about all of these performances is that they are interpretations for the stage, adapted for today's program from their works originally submitted to the CYAs in digital format. These artists' winning submissions reflected not only excellence in art making, but creativity in using digital tools to create these outstanding works. I urge you to look at their original submissions on our online creative gallery, where you'll be able to view not only these awardee submissions, but every other qualifying artwork submitted to the CYAs. And as we mentioned, this year we have well over 1,800 works now posted online. Our first awardee performer is Ethan Guan, who will give us a bit of an explanation about his use of digital technology. Ethan's self-composed piece, Silence, won a presidential award in original music. However, Ethan's favorite form of art making, he tells me, is film. He is an aspiring film director. He's also studied music and piano for 12 years and enjoys music composition for its relative immediacy that he can work on it solo, while film projects can be much longer-term, collaborative endeavors. His award-winning piece was inspired by Ethan's interest in philosophy and his study of the work of the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. I now turn over the stage to Ethan, who will walk us through some of his process behind his electronic music composition. Welcome, Ethan.
Hello, everyone. It is such an honor to be here. Wow. Jesus. Let me make sure that my program is pulled up, and then I'll get on with my performance. An artist has to be absolutely obsessed with themselves, and as you can see, I am. And why is that? Why does an artist have to be absolutely obsessed with themselves? Because their art can come from within, and only within. And that's what makes being an artist so very dangerous. Because I'm at the center of every work, and that feels really good. It's easy to get caught in this self-importance. Much of Nietzsche's philosophy is founded on the idea that if a person becomes great enough, they no longer have to deal with any problems. As an artist, I can be great all day long. I can express myself so thoroughly, and it feels good. But not amazing. Why not? Because deep inside, I know that I'm being a jerk. I know that there's something about life that I don't want to deal with, and that I'm using self-obsession and self-worship as an escape. Because when I look into the mirror, I don't see someone I'm proud of. Artists have to not care about their art. Artists have to be able to live without their art. Because if I'm someone who's miserable and cowardly enough that my very sense of self-worth and self-identity is dependent upon my art, then what right do I have to distill me into a song or a film, publish that, and claim that there's something of value there? That art is not going to help you live a better life. There are a lot of art and a lot of artists that is like that. They're to feed an artist's starving sense of self-worth. And you know what? Just give them a like. They probably have it pretty rough. But not all art is like that. Some people wake up every day, look into the mirror, and they see someone that they're proud of. And if we're lucky, they're an artist too, who wants to share some of that wisdom with us and make the world a better place. We sometimes confuse this type of art with the first type, and it's hurting us. But I promise you that there is a great wealth of art of all mediums across millennia that come from a selfless place and that can teach each and every one of us so much about life. Silence, for which I have the pleasure of being here today, is not one of them. I honestly think that it comes from a place of ego and that there's little value there for all of you. If you came across it on Spotify, I'd say skip it. But I'm here today, and I can talk to you all about it, and maybe together find some value where there is little. It took me $250 to make this song, including this MIDI keyboard right here. My camera, with which I do my film work, costs upwards of $2,000. So electronic music production is something that's immediate, accessible, and that you can do whenever you feel like it. To give yourself the opportunity to be an artist and be self-obsessed. And then, here's the important part, look back at your work and realize that it may not have come from the best place. That is a wonderful opportunity for self-improvement and self-growth. Silence is my 52nd original music composition. I'm currently on my 54th, and I'm so glad to be able to say that I don't think I'm a selfish artist anymore. So when we listen to this song now, I want us not to marvel at how good it is. Rather, I want us to appreciate it because it was a moment of transition for me. It took me from a place of self-importance to a place of comparative selflessness. And I must confess, to have the cognizance to, as an artist, make the world a better place feels really good. I keep a diary, and you have no idea how much it means to me to be able to sit down at 11 p.m. and write, hey, today was a good day, and really mean it. Here's a little of silence. And what I will be doing, just to show you how accessible what I'm doing is I'll be fading in the instruments one by one. Enjoy. Starting with the piano. Percussion. And this is all I'm doing to record it, by the way. We got some mallets coming in. So that's 3 instruments. There's 5 total. We only got 2 to go. Okay, vocals and drums coming in.
I'll write for thee, my life.
Background vocals, grow louder.
I'll write for thee, my life.
A little too loud.
I'll write for thee, so I can just just writing to silence. Or am I just writing to silence?
Thank you very much. My name is Ethan.
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Creative Artist Awardee in Dance, Sophia Vallon. Her choreographed dance, Art of Struggle, was a remarkable submission that used edited together clips of Sophia dancing solo in a studio and narrative audio from an interview with her mother on family history, immigration, and the pursuit of arts. Sophia has over 14 years of training in dance, including contemporary, hip-hop, jazz, ballet, and tap. She shared with me that she enjoys all styles of dance, but her favorites are contemporary and hip-hop. She teaches beginning hip-hop on the weekends and is continually collaborating with teachers and peers. And now, here's Sophia presenting her stage adaptation of her CYA dance submission, Art of Struggle.
We fled our country from the war, from the Khmer Rouge. We barely made it out of the country. Packed everybody as much as he could onto his ship. We struggled to get to America, the refugee camp in San Diego. That's where we stayed in like a dome-like homes until we had sponsorships out in Colorado. And I was raised there. You know, parents worked hard. They didn't have any money. When they came here, they started from zero. The only job that they could get he was a dishwasher, and then grandma was a waitress. So they just did what they had to do and leave a lot behind. It was hard because you had to transition to a new culture. Throughout the years, we faced a lot of discrimination, all the racial comments for myself. I always had this itch inside of me that I didn't belong in a big classroom setting. So I was interested in the art field, but I didn't know how to put myself in the right place. But I figured it out, ended up going to art school for 2 years.
Was there like expectations from your mom or dad that you had to like
make money?
Make money.
Yep.
Yeah.
They worked so hard to put us in a position where we have the opportunity to go to college. I wanted to explore the art field, and to them, that's not an area where you do make money. And I said, well, I'm gonna pay my own way. Ended up moving out, working 2 jobs while going to school, art school. It was cool, and I excelled. I felt at home, and I chose fashion illustration. I wanted to go to the best school, design school. I was so happy when I got the letter that I got accepted, and then I knew what I wanted. So, but then of course they're my parents. I want them to be proud of me. I want to make them happy too. And I felt good that I worked so hard to do what I love. I ended up getting 3 jobs, supporting myself because, it's so expensive in New York. In the morning at a fabric store, then I would walk to school, and after school, I would walk to my second job, which was a flagship store for the Gap. My third job was I did alterations on the side. But it was exciting. I enjoyed it so much, and I was like, I'm here. This is my goal, and I'm achieving my goal, right? Well, I think being an immigrant and seeing my parents struggle, their hard work, they're my heroes, right? So I would never take anything for granted. You get an opportunity and you take it, to the next level. I never settled, right? And it's all because, I had my own parents as inspiration. Look what they went through. But I can say how I execute every project. I guess it shows the struggle. I guess the process of the hard work, right? I take it serious. I think that's how it should reflect what I've accomplished too. It's through the hard work, and I think that's why it was never a struggle for me when I had to do my 3 jobs and go to school because of the example my parents set for me.
If you could live in a place where you didn't have to work for money, what kind of work would you do?
Oh, I would still be in the art field. I just want to express myself through my art, whether it's painting or drawing or, gardening. Now, I love gardening. That makes me happy now. I want to get back into the basics of just sitting there in front of a canvas and being able to put down paint or do charcoal based on how I feel or when I listen to music. And I hope to be there soon.
The first time I watched Sophia's video entry for Art of Struggle, I had to sit for a minute afterwards to process my feelings. Her concept, weaving organic movement and thoughtfully prompted personal storytelling, was impactful and haunting. Movement is a powerful gateway of creative expression. And tonight, we have with us a master of movement. Founder and artistic director of the Alonzo King Lines Ballet, Alonzo King is often referred to as visionary. He is the recipient of numerous awards, including having been named a Master of Choreography by the Kennedy Center, receiving the NEA Choreographers Fellowship, and in 2015, the Doris Duke Artist Award was bestowed upon him in recognition of his ongoing contributions to the advancement of contemporary dance. Mr. King calls his works thought structures, created by the manipulation of energies that exist in matter through laws, which govern the shapes and movement directions of everything that exists. He is a former San Francisco commissioner and a writer and lecturer of humanity and art. If you have not already had the chance to do so, I encourage you to attend a Lines Ballet performance, as the experience might change your thoughts about dance and ballet. Also, mark your calendars for October, as PBS will be airing a recent performance of the Lines Ballet recorded live at Kennedy Center. I hope you seek out this program to get a taste of what Alonzo's and his collaborators are able to manifest. Mr. King has infinite wisdom to share with us on the act of creation, and I would like to welcome him to the stage now to do so. True visionary, Mr. Alonzo King.
Every human being is some kind of artist if they're serious about their lives. Because what do? We observe what's not working, and we clean it up. What do? We observe what isn't succinct, that's maybe too wordy in our novels, in our dances, in our creations, and we make it finer. And so we're working on our canvas all the time. The great ones say that every, again, human being is a masterpiece waiting to be uncovered. And that uncovering usually has to do with our own realization. Often people will say, well, I'm interested in being this or that kind of artist, what should I do? You can observe nature in its manner of operation, you can look at other works, you can go to school, you can associate with the best that exists on the planet while you're here. But the most important thing is to find out who and what you are. And you go deeper in your search, you realize you're looking for you. And when you begin to look for you and become closer to it, what does that mean? It means you're an original, and there's nothing like that. One of the beauties of art practice is the practice itself, because it changes you, it transforms you. I would say to all you young artists, never, ever put yourself down. Why? It takes away the love. And what is the love? The love is the fuel that's going to keep you in your practice. The love is the fuel that's going to open more doors for you. The love is the fuel when the honeymoon is over and you still practice your art. Because the art making is teaching you how to live life. Believe in yourself. Love your practice. Think of yourself as a giver in service. Develop beautiful things to help people see themselves. It's the point of service. One person who has discovered who they are can change the entire environment around them. And I think the last thing I would say is never give up. It's not an easy one when it seems like there's no more sugar, but you have to keep on. When there's obstacle, you keep on. Why? Because obstacle is here not to destroy us, but to strengthen us. That's the point of it. Obstacle is here to bring out what would have remained latent and not be developed. And so those obstacles are there to strengthen us. I say congratulations to all of you artists and this organization that supports you and your parents who loved and believe in you. Take care.
Thank you, Alonzo King. That was an amazing, inspiring speech and talked about the bigger picture of art as part of becoming who we are. And so I want to thank you for bringing that to us today and for being present for all the students here and hearing that story. I also want to thank the BASF team, Lonnie Rovsar, Kirsten Bach, and Paulina and Kelsey also for helping put together everything you've seen and bring us to this amazing venue. So thank you to the whole team for doing that. So my name is Emil Kagas. I am not a professional artist. I'm actually a biotech executive. I work on developing treatments for rare diseases, but every day, creativity is part of what we do. And the question is, why establish a foundation for creativity? Well, from my own experiences growing up in the 70s, and my kids' experiences growing up, I could see that the thing that was really important about success in your career, creativity, was not really celebrated at high school. It wasn't really recognized. It's not on a multiple choice exam or a test or grades. It's a different kind of thing, but actually the people that I see successful are the ones that can take a blank piece of paper and create something from nothing. And I felt that there was something missing from what we needed to do, and I thought, if I wanted to do one thing, I wanted to bring forth and elevate creativity as a core activity, a core thing that kids need to think about and do. And to understand that it's an essential ingredient, it's not just a random thing. It's really essential to what you do, and it doesn't matter whether you're an artist, musician, or you, in fact, in something like what I do, which is by technology. It is a human superpower, and as much as you're hearing about artificial intelligence, I think the real intelligence will never go away. It'll never become obsolete. AI has its place, but real creativity is the source material that creates, where something where there was nothing takes a mistake and turns it into a vision. Now, one of the things I've known from my own time in high school and watching my kids, that high school age is a very difficult time as kids are discovering who they are and trying to figure out their way. And it always seemed to me that some of the most creative kids were not necessarily part of the core social structure. They weren't recognized because it was really all about sports. And a lot of the kids that were going to be great, have great careers and lives, didn't feel that way. They felt uncertain and unsupported. And I felt like, what could we do to bring them out and give them that support? Now, for myself, I played piano with the orchestra one time, finally, and as a senior, and it was such a transformative experience to have that one moment when you're recognized, and then you can, as a kid, you can live off that for years, in fact. And in establishing the Bay Area Creative Foundation was the idea of how do we create an opportunity to give kids that recognition? Someone other than their mother and father that believes they're great. And why not reward all these artists that are doing great things of any kind of art in high school that maybe the schools don't necessarily recognize well enough? Let's find a way to recognize them. And so we established this 4 years ago. It turned out to be the COVID year. And we said, look, let's just make it like a contest where people put their art in. We're not trying to teach creativity, we're trying to recognize it, so they bring it in. And the idea is that we'd give the top third, a lot of kids, awards. And we'd put prizes in there to create some energy, something to seek and go after, and make it a pretty good sum of money, because as you just heard, more than $100,000 each year. And $100 is maybe not so much these days, but it's a chunk that's pretty good. We award more than 500 kids at least that. And the idea is to create that energy and support and to say that someone other than your mother and father, in fact, professional artists, see what you do and give you that moment that says, you know what, I am an amazing young artist, I have a future, and I should feel good about who I am and where I'm going. So that's the whole basis for it, to take those kids with the greatest potential and lead them forward. So we founded the foundation then. We've been building it slowly. This is our 4th year, and I think we're really taking off, and I'm very happy to have all of you here support us and recognize how important it is what we do, to celebrate many kids for all the art they do. And as you look around, you see the gallery, you'll know, wow, some really great people. And it gives me confidence, as I said last year, that the future is going to be fine, because there's so many good creative people that they will find a way to inspire us, to solve problems, and to create humanity that is connected and not just fighting each other. So it's a great celebration. I'm certainly excited to be here and celebrating all of you and all the artists. Well, we certainly have the presidentials here. I want to make sure that all the artists are important to us, and we want to make sure we celebrate all of them. So now, with that, thank you for coming, and let's get on with the awards.
Thank you, Emil. I hope you had a chance earlier to enjoy in person the works of our 11 artists who we are about to recognize, but if not, please make sure to do so following the ceremony. Please tour the gallery of artworks and photography upstairs, listen immersively in our confessional booth, and watch Blake Jarvis's moving documentary in the film alcove. And now, we are excited to present our 2024 Creative Youth Award Presidential and Creative Artist Awardees. First up, our presidential awardees, Eleanor Chen, in visual arts for their drawing, Serenity. Thank you, Eleanor. Christopher Fung, in photography for their photograph, Parting Ways. Ethan Guan, in original music for their composition, Silence. Harry Joe, in music performance for their rendition, Night in Tunisia. Our 2024 Creative Artist Awardees are Elena Soliman, in visual arts for their artwork, Gut Feeling. And Sophia Vallon, in dance for their piece, Art of Struggle. Presidential awardees who are not able to join us today, Zoe Albuquerque, in visual arts for their painting, Looming Metal. Blake Jarvis, in film for their documentary, Listen to Us. Francis Park, in original music for their composition, Climb, Symphony No. 1, Sky, Movement 1. Chloe Rong, in visual arts for their painting, Lady in White Dress. And Callie Zimmerman, in photography for their photograph, The Green Storm. Join us in another round of applause for our 2024 Presidential and Creative Artist Awardees.
So to close out our award performances tonight, or this afternoon, it is my pleasure to reintroduce Harry Joe. Harry is an accomplished and classically trained musician. In addition to the saxophone, which he will play for us today, Harry plays the violin and the piano. Harry tells me that the saxophone is currently his favorite instrument, and jazz is his preferred genre of music. He not only plays with the SF Jazz High School All-Stars Big Band and Combo, but is in the first violin section of the San Francisco Symphony Youth Orchestra. Harry's winning submission was a dynamic video assemblage where he cleverly made a montage of himself playing multiple parts of Night in Tunisia by Dizzy Gillespie. When brainstorming with Harry on how he might bring this work to life on stage, we discovered a happy coincidence that Harry played in an after-school group with 2022 CYA Presidential Awardee Noah Zebley, and she is here today to accompany Harry for his award-winning performance. Noah is entering her third year at Berklee College of Music in Boston. She plays the baritone saxophone, all other kinds of saxophones, flute, and bass clarinet. The baritone sax is her favorite instrument, with flute as a close second, and she loves playing and listening to all types of music. Before we begin the performance, I would like to acknowledge the other CYA Presidential and Creative Artist alums in the audience today. Hello, alums. We thank you so much for your continued involvement in the BACF community. We love tracking your successes and are so encouraged to witness your creative growth. And for all the graduating seniors out there, please keep in touch. We also want to follow your creative evolution. And performing for us now, Night in Tunisia, is Harry Joe and Noah Zebley.
It's an incredible privilege to have a part in recognizing the artistic curiosity and exploration of Bay Area students. Thank you for being here today in support of these amazing creatives. Sincere thanks to all of our Creative Youth awardees and all our Creative Youth Award artists. This event is for you, the families and supporters of all of our students, our 2024 review panel. Thank you for all of your time and dedication in going through all 1,800 submissions. The BACF board and staff, thank you for all of your work and support. St. Joseph's Art Society, and thank you to Masterclass for their ongoing generous grant. We could not do this work without you. If you believe as we do in affirming and celebrating the importance of creativity and young artistic minds and hearts, in fostering the creative impulse, and in directly supporting 600 students annually, please help us in extending the goodwill to more students. I hope you will consider a donation to the Bay Area Creative Foundation. You can find a QR code on the back of the event to make a contribution. We welcome you to be involved. Also, if you have not already, please sign up for our monthly newsletter. We highlight free and low-cost teen opportunities across the Bay Area. You'll also hear more about a fun screening opportunity coming up this late summer of our Creative Award films that we plan to host at the Roxy Theater in the Mission District in San Francisco. Please enjoy the food, the drinks, the artwork, the photo booth, each other. We've just set up some dessert in the back, so please enjoy some wonderful gluten-free cupcakes. Thank you so much for being here.